unfortunately. Okay, so moving away a little bit for that, I would like to talk about Ukraine. I mean, the hell's going on there? They're losing so badly now. Or how's the situation in your view? And then we're gonna get for the last subject, which is Trump's attitudes about that. But about Ukraine, how do you see things unrolling there?
Well, let's not worry about what I say. Let's look at what both the Ukrainians and Putin says. Budanov, the intel chief, said that unless they get negotiations underway, Ukraine will not exist in 6 months. Okay, so it's now January, so by July, Ukraine will be gone, eliminated. Putin was just did an interview within the last 10, 12 hours in which he said, hey, look, if the United States cuts off its military aid to Ukraine, this war will end in a month and a half. And I think that's right. So even if the United States continues to send weapons to Ukraine, it doesn't change the situation on the battlefield because there are not cadres of trained troops waiting to get those weapons. You've got untrained, inexperienced, press-ganged soldiers that are not at all equipped to handle those weapons. They're just being thrown as cannon fodder into the front, and Russia has been moving steadily to the west. They've taken, in the process of taking Pokrovsk, they're taking Toretsk, Chasiv, Velikia, Novoselka fell over the weekend. So these are significant, let's call them logistic hubs and defensive nodes for the Ukrainians. And once those collapse, I think the only thing that's left is like Kramatorsk to the west of that. Once that falls, then wide open to the Dnieper River, where, at this point we've seen Russia make advances of maybe now they're making 2 to 3 kilometers a day. Once Kramatorsk, Slavyansk falls, you'll be seeing them moving at the rate of 100 kilometers a day.
Yeah, and for those that perhaps are not paying attention on the situation there for a long time, 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer a day, it's a lot of land. On 2023, 2024, we were talking about meters a day. And that was, big advances, 100 meters, 200 meters. Those were big advances. Now talking about 2 kilometers a day, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's very fast. And yeah, that's especially pointed out because, of course, you're always correct when you say, after those cities, mostly you have open fields. All the way to the river. So
well, they're not established defensive lines. They haven't built entrenchments. So that's the point.
Yeah, and what I find very interesting what happened during this week was Putin said a lot of things, especially on the negotiation. That Zelensky has forbidden on the constitution. He put on the constitution that is forbidden to negotiate with Putin. And this week he started to say those were different times. I was a bit crazy that day. I got high or something like that, and I put those things on the constitution. Perhaps I shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because Putin's made it very clear. That needs to be changed, or there will be no negotiation or talks between Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah,
real simple.
Or even the United States. I think the point is very clear that anything that we do, even if we
he'll talk to the United. Even if if Ukraine hasn't corrected that, that's fine. The United States will still talk to Putin, but it's just it's not going to include any dialogue or discussion with Zelensky.
Yeah.
So just take Zelensky out of the equation.
That's a simple step. It looks even simpler as we are seeing the things unrolling with the new administration. And since we are going to this topic, a lot of things. I would like to first ask you, how do you think the administration is behaving regarding the situation in Ukraine and Russia, of course. Then I want to talk about tariffs.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, Trump has been briefed wrongly and accurately on what's going on in Russia and in Ukraine. You know, he's been led to believe, he's been briefed by the CIA. And so it's important to recognize, you know, the source of this information. CIA is telling them that, hey, you know, Russia's suffering terrible, terrible losses. Not true, but that's what the CIA is telling them. And as a result, Russia can't continue fighting like this. Plus, their economy is just a complete wreck. It's destroyed. So that's what Trump has been told. That's what he believes. It's not true, but you know, it's important to recognize it doesn't matter what we think is true or not. It's what he thinks that's important. And so when he starts off believing right away that this is that you know Russia is in such desperate condition, he naturally assumes, well, hell, I'll get right in there and they'll accept any deal I offer. Well, that's not how it's working out. And he's in, you know, I think Trump's in for a very rude awakening, so to speak. He does not appreciate that Putin has little incentive to negotiate now. So, you know, it's like if someone told me that, you know, you're trying to sell a car. Now, the reality is you've just won the lotto, okay? Just so let's say you got $500,000 sitting in your bank account. But
I wish.
Yeah, I said, yeah, we're pretending now. But you know, you've got that much money in your bank account, so you're going to sell your car. Well, let's say the word gets out, they believe, oh, boy, Marcelo's in tough financial times. He's having to sell the family car. So a guy that thinks he's going to get a deal is going to show up and say, okay, hey, Marcelo, listen, yeah, I know you want $2,000 for that used car, but I give you $1,500 cash right now. He thinks he can negotiate you down because you're lacking in cash, when the opposite's true. And so the point I'm trying to make here is that is the situation that Trump believes that Putin is short of cash. And the opposite's the truth. And so unless Trump comes to recognize that, he's setting himself up for failure.
Yeah. Well, let's hope he wakes up. Let's hope he wakes up very quickly.
We'll find out. We'll find out. I mean, he's got to realize that the CIA is lying to him about this.
I had seen by his facial, but I'm not a good facial reader, but it looks like this last Kremlin talks that, yeah, we don't care about that, what he just said. it looks like he got one of those oh shit moments. What? You know, like, are they not broken and they don't need this? Why? I thought it would be, you know, piece of cake.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if he gets anything better now.